So hi guys, so this is Ravi, Zoology faculty. I have a experience 24 years. I was worked in Sarat Chandra IIT and NEET Medical Academy, Vijayawada. So guys, today, so we are going to 2026 RENEET question paper analysis. So before we are going to there, so first of all we will get the clarity. Which chapter they are given, how many bits they are given, which chapter. First one is they are given, first one we go to the animal kingdom, 3 bits they given. Then after structural organization, cockroach and frog, they given 2 bits they given. Breathing and exchange of gases, 1 bit they given. Body fluids and circulation, 3 bits they given. Excretion, 1 bit they given. Locomotion movement, 5 bits they given. Neural control and coordination, 1 bit they given. Chemical coordination and integration they given, 3 bits they given. So these are the +1 chapters given bits in RENEET. In +2, when we are going into +2, human reproduction they given 4 bits they given. Reproductive health 2 bits they given. Then after principles of inheritance 1 bit they given. Then after evolution 6 bits they given. Health and disease 4 bits they given. Biotechnology applications 1 bit they given. Guys, the last 3 chapters is there, most weightage chapters. Organism and population they given 5 bits they given. Ecosystem 2 bits they given. Finally biodiversity and conservation 1 bit they given. Total number of questions 45. So guys, now we are going to discuss about the question paper. So particularly zoology paper and zoology questions. So first one, the number of vertebrae in humans is generally, when we go to the clarity, infants have a 33 number of vertebrae, but adult have 26 number of serial units are called as vertebrae. So when we go to the more explanation about the vertebral column, generally the vertebral column formula is C7, T12, L5, S1 and C1. So here cervical vertebrae is 7 number in most of the mammals. Thoracic vertebrae is 12. The 12 thoracic vertebrae is provide the space for attachment of 12 pairs of ribs. Lumbar vertebrae is 5 in number. Sacral vertebrae, so that is sacral vertebrae is 1. 5 vertebrae are fused to form a 1. Finally caudal vertebrae. The caudal vertebrae is other name is called coccygeal. 1 vertebrae, 4 number of vertebrae fused to form a 1 vertebrae. Total number of serial units are 26. So they given first option 7, second option 12, third option 26, fourth option 206 they given. Answer is 26. Next question. Which of the following is not a part of human central neural system? Generally, the human brain is surrounded by 3 cranial meninges. So there are 3 cranial meninges. So outer matter is called as dura mater. Middle one is called as arachnoid matter. Innermost one is called as pia matter. So the human brain is surrounded by 3 cranial meninges. Outer matter, dura mater. Middle one is arachnoid matter. Innermost one is pia matter. If these meninges are surrounding the spinal cord, is called as a spinal meninges. Most important, arachnoid matter is found in only in Mammal's brain only, found in the surrounded by the mammal's brain only. It is not found in no. So fishes have only one meninx primitiva. Amphibians have outer dura mater and inner pia mater. Reptiles, aves both also have outer dura mater and inner pia mater. So only arachnoid matter is found around the mammal's brain only. And one more thing, the space between the dura mater and arachnoid matter is called as a subdural space. The space between the arachnoid matter and pia matter is called as a subarachnoid space. In subarachnoid space, it contains a CSF, cerebrospinal fluid flows from brain to spinal cord to brain. So here the question is, they are given arachnoid membrane, dura mater, pia mater. The fourth option is called as a correct option, that is a perichondrium. So perichondrium is surrounded by the heart. It is a double-layered membrane surround the heart. So fourth option is the correct option. So 99 question. Which of the following statement is related to the pituitary gland they given? Anatomically, the pituitary gland is divided into 3 lobes. So it is attached to the hypothalamus by infundibulum. Most important, it is anatomically divided into 3 lobes. One is pars digitalis. Second one is pars intermedia. And third one is pars nervosa. So pars digitalis secreted 6 trophic hormones. Pars intermedia secretes only 1 hormone. Pars nervosa store and released by 2 hormones. So here the statements are given. So A is they given, it is divided anatomically. It is divided anatomically into adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. The statement is true. It is secreted follicle stimulating hormone FSH. Again that statement is true. It secretes melanocyte stimulating hormone MSH. Again this statement is true. It does not secrete, it says it does not secrete prolactin. No, it secretes the prolactin. That's why this statement is wrong. So the correct answer is second option. So that is A, B and C. All these 3 are correct one only related to this question. So then after 103, in water, frog respire by using a dash. In a frog, there are 3 types of respiratory organs is there. Organs are surfaces. One is lungs, that is used for pulmonary respiration. Skin, that is cutaneous respiration. Third one is buccopharyngeal cavity. It is including in the pulmonary respiration. And one more thing, when a frog lives on the water, it respirates through the only skin only. When a frog lives on the land, that respirates through the skin plus lungs. So in the question they are asking, in water, frog respiration using a dash organ, only skin. That is the first option is the correct option. So next one is in 104, which of the following is represents the correct sequence arrangement of bones in the lower limb? They are given lower limb. That means leg bones they are asking. So this is the lower limb. Guys, check it. First one is this one is head of femur. So this one is a femur bone. So that is the longest and the strongest bone in the human body. This one is a cup-like patella. patella, other name is called as a kneecap, femur 1, patella 1. So this one is a tibia and opposite one is a fibula. So these 1 and 1, these are called as tarsals. So tarsals 7 in number, metatarsals so 5 in number. These are phalangers or digits. So these are 14 in number. So they are asking sequence of the bones they are asking. So here they given first option femur, tibia, patella, tarsals. So femur okay, but tibia is not okay. It is wrong is there. So patella again it is a mistake. So femur bone, patella, tibia and tarsals. Third option is the right one. When we go to the fourth option, so femur, tarsals, patella, tibia. So tarsals are the last one. That's why fourth option is also wrong. So this is the lower limb. That means leg bones sequence order. So next question is 107. Given below are the two statements. They are saying two statements. So statement 1, when any plane that is related to the symmetry, that is related to the symmetry, when any plane passing through the central axis of the body, it divides the organism into two identical halves. One they are saying as when any plane is called as radial symmetry, the statement is true. First statement is true. Second statement 2, in phylum Echinodermata, both adult and larva both are exhibits radial symmetry. This statement is wrong. Why? Because radial symmetry is the principal symmetry of all diploblastic animals such as Cnidaria and Ctenophora. But in one of the triploblastic phylum like Echinodermata also exhibits radial symmetry. That is a pentamerous radial symmetry. Pentamerous radial symmetry, which means they have a 5 planes. Which means they have a 5 planes. This is the central axis. Central axis. So 5 planes, plane 1, plane 2, plane 3, plane 4, plane 5. 5 planes is there. So that's why that is called as a pentamerous radial symmetry exhibited by adult echinoderms, not larva. Larva exhibits bilateral symmetry. Larva exhibits bilateral symmetry. That's why first statement is correct, second statement is wrong. So when we go to the third answer, statement is 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong. One more clarity. The symmetry of an animal is determined by the embryonic stages or larval stages only, not that of the adult stages. So Echinodermata larva exhibits bilateral symmetry, but adult exhibits the pentamerous radial symmetry. That's why second option is wrong. So guys, 115, question number 115, the number of action potentials. So other name is, we are called as a general terminology, beads. The number of action potential generated by the sinoatrial node. I think everyone knows very well about the sinoatrial node or SA node. In a healthy human is a dash per minute they are asking. So generally the range of sinoatrial node generates action potential is 70 to 75 beats per minute. Beats per minute. But the average is 72 times per minute. 72 times per minute. But in question they are given options is they are asking for a minute they are asking. But the average they are asking ranges they are asking. So first option is so this question is related to the body fluids and circulation. Body fluids and circulation. First option is 28 to 30 beats they given. Second option is 70 to 75 they given. That is the correct one. Third option is 100 to 110. Fourth option is 120, 140 they given. So here if they are asking question very clear. So if they are asking ranges means 70 to 75 beats per minute. If they are asking average that is 72 beats per minute. So guys, next question, look at the screen, next question. So next question, 117 question. Which of the following statement is incorrect? In examination, we get the better clarity purpose when they are asking in a question, correct or incorrect. First of all, we round that one. We give the positive vibration to our brain. We are getting an easy answer. So which of the following is a statement is incorrect? They are asking. Here, blood coagulation is a response to an injury. They are asking incorrect question. This statement is true. Blood clotting consists of fibrins. Again, this one is also true. Why? Because I will explain. Fibrin is produced from the fibrinogen. Again, this one is also true. Fibrinogen, first blood clotting factor. Fibrinogen, first blood clotting factor. First blood clotting factor is produced from the fibrin. This is the incorrect. How? Look at the board. So here blood clot is consists of fibrin fibers. So fibrinogen is a blood clotting factor. It is inactive. This inactive one is converted into fibrin. Fibrin fibers converted by. So MGM name is thrombin. Thrombin is most essential for conversion of fibrinogen into fibrins. This is nothing but a blood clot. Nothing but blood clot. Here they are asking fibrinogen is produced from the fibrin. It never happened. So that's why the wrong answer is the fourth one. That is the question related. That is the correct option. Why? Because they are in the question they are asking incorrect one. So blood coagulation is response to an injury. Blood clotting consists of fibrins. So fibrin is produced from the fibrinogen. Correct only based on the equation. Last one is fibrinogen is produced from the fibrins. So there are 13 blood clotting factors is there. So in 13 blood clotting factor, first one is the fibrinogen is blood clotting factor that is given in NCERT. So guys, I think you got the clarity. So next question. So 124. Which one of the following statement is incorrect? Again, incorrect question they given. Which one of the following is statement? Which one of the following statements is incorrect? So first one, alpha cells generally. Pancreas is a mixed gland. So many names is there. Pancreas is a mixed gland, ductless gland, exoendocrine gland, heterocrine gland, sweet bread. It consists of four type of cells. It consists of four type of cells: alpha cells, beta cells, gamma cells, and finally delta cells. Delta cells and PP cells. So alpha cells secretes hormone name is they given. Alpha cells secretes hormone name is glucagon. Beta cells secretes hormone name is insulin. Delta cells secretes hormone name is somatostatin. Somatostatin. PP cell secretes pancreatic polypeptides. So they say other name is called as F cells. They secretes pancreatic polypeptides. I think in NCERT they given only these two they given, not given in delta cells and PP cells. As per subject, these also two is there. Alpha cells, these two hormones are peptide hormones. Peptide hormones. Alpha cell secretes hormone is called as glucagon. It is stimulates the glycogenolysis. And beta cells secrete hormone name is called as insulin. So they are asking in incorrect statement. Alpha cells of pancreas secretes glucagon. Statement true only. Alpha cells of pancreas secretes insulin. So this is not alpha cells. These are the beta cells. So that's why second question is the incorrect one. Second option is the incorrect one. Glucagon stimulate the glycogenolysis. Again, this statement is also right. And the next one, beta cells of pancreas secretes insulin. This statement is also right. But they are asking statement which one is the incorrect one. That is alpha cells of pancreas secretes insulin is the wrong one. So 130. So given below are the two statements. Given below are the two statements. Statement 1, the class name, this is related to the animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. So statement 1, the class name is Reptilia, refers to the creeping or crawling mode of locomotion. That is true only. So all are snakes, lizards, tortoises, terrapins, so Komodo dragons, everything they are creeping. That's why the name is referred to as a reptilia is referred to as a creeping or crawling mode of locomotion. Guys, second statement 2, all organisms are belongs to the reptilia have a 3-chambered heart. So this is a wrong statement. Wrong statement. How? So in kingdom Animalia, all reptiles have a 3-chambered heart. They exhibits the incomplete double circulation as per NCERT. But crocodiles have a 4-chambered heart. Crocodiles have a 4-chambered heart. It exhibits the complete double circulation. Complete double circulation. Like mammals and aves, like aves and mammals. So in kingdom Animalia, so crocodiles plus aves plus mammals, all these 3 related organisms have a completely 4-chambered heart. 2 separate circulations, systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation. Oxygenated and deoxygenated bloods are completely separated. There is no mixing. So regarding this question, they are asking 2 statements. First statement is true, second statement is wrong. I think the answer is given. Third option, statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. This one is the correct option related to this question. So guys, the next question, 132. So which of the following is not a characteristic chordates? Which of the following is not a chordata character? Generally, chordates have a 4 principal chordata characters. One is presence of notochord, first one. So second one is central hollow tubular nerve cord. Central hollow tubular nerve cord, that is located in the dorsal. That is also correct only. Third one is presence of post-anal tail. That is also correct. And the fourth one is presence of pharyngeal gill slits. Pharyngeal gill slits are gills present in the some chordates have a gills. But here the third option they given, absence of gills they given. That's why The related question correct answer is the third option. Options of gills are wrong answer. Why? Because gills are also present in the chordates. So next question, 135. Again they are asking in frog. Look at the board. In frog, the number of brains of cranial nerves arising from the brain, they are given. The nerves which are arise from the brain is called as cranial nerves. The nerves which are arise from the spinal cord is called as spinal nerves. Frog have 10 pairs of cranial nerves. Not only frog, snakes also have 10 pairs of cranial nerves only. So the right answer is 10 pairs. First option they given 6. Second option they given 9. Third option they given 10. Fourth option they given 12. So 12 cranial nerves are found in the mammals. Here 10 pairs of cranial nerves are found in the snakes and frogs. So the correct answer is related to correct answer is the third option. Guys, next one, 138. Given below are the two statements. So this one is related to the principles of inheritance. Only one question they given. Principles of inheritance. They given only one question. Look at the board. First one, statement 1. So Down's syndrome is caused by the absence of X chromosome they given. So look at the board, screen share. Look at the board. So Down's syndrome person karyotype is 47. 47 XX or 47 XY, which means 47 number means including sex chromosomes. So when we go to the very clear 45 XX, totally 47, 45 XY, maybe this going into 47. This is the trisomy. Trisomy in 21st pair. So that's why karyotype is 45 either XX female, 45 XY either male. So trisomy. But in the statement they are asking absence of X chromosome. There is not related to absence of X chromosome. Sex chromosomes are as usually present, but additionally one autosome is added to the 21st chromosome. That's why karyotype is 47. So statement 2, Turner female is caused by the presence of an additional copy of chromosome they given. No. So Turner female karyotype is 45 XO, which means one sex chromosome deficiency is there. One sex chromosome deficiency. So here they given first one is both one and statement 2 are correct. Second option they given both statement 1 or statement 2 both are incorrect. So answer is both statements are incorrect only. Both statements are incorrect. So third option statement 1 is correct but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct they given. So related to this question, correct option is the second option, guys. So 139. Which of the following is a disease is not a sexually transmitted disease? So which of the following is not a sexually transmitted disease? Generally, sexually transmitted diseases are transmitted through the sexual intercourse from one infected person to healthy person. So in that disorders are, one is syphilis, second one is gonorrhea, and third one is genital warts they given. All these three are the sexually transmitted disorders. But tuberculosis caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Mycobacterium tuberculosis in short form we are called as a TB. The TB is not a sexually transmitted disease. It is not a sexually transmitted disease. But if any person is suffering from AIDS, after they are after 5 years, they are enter into AIDS stage. They are suffer from the tuberculosis. So related to this question, correct option is second option, guys. This one is this question is related to health and disease. So this question is related to health and disease, guys. Next one. So very important question, that is again locomotion related question they given. Sperm motility. Sperm motility is due to. So generally in locomotion movement, humans inside the human, their cells are exhibits three type of movements: amoeboid movement, ciliary movement, muscular movement. Unofficially one more movement is there, that is a flagellar movement. The flagellar movement is exhibited by the flagellated cells present in the sponges, that is called as a conocytes. They creating water currents in the spongocoel. Second one is some of the unicellular organs like euglena and euglena have a two type of flagella. One is long flagella, second one short flagella. They are useful for locomotion. And third one is spermatozoa exhibits flagellar movement. That is the right answer, flagellar movement. So ciliary movement is wrong answer, amoeboid movement is wrong answer, muscular movement is wrong answer. So flagellar movement, the human sperm contains 9 plus 2 flagella. 9 plus 2 flagella. I think 9 doublets, 2 are the singlets. 2 are the singlets. That is correct answer is first option. So sperm motility is due to the flagellar movement only. Guys, 141 question. 141 question. Natural selection can lead to the, I think this one is evolution question. It comes from the chapter evolution. Guys, natural selection can lead to the, I think in natural selection they are given three type of diagrams they given based on that. One is stabilization selection. Second one is they given option genetical drift they given. Leave that one. Second one is directional selection. Third one is disruptive selection. More individuals are acquired the mean character value in the stabilization selection. More individuals are acquired other than the mean character value is called as a directional selection. And third one is a disruptive selection. So answer is choose the correct answer from the options given below they given. So not related to natural selection can lead to all these three, A, B, D. So the right answer is I think second option. So A, C, D, these three are lead to the natural selection. Genetic drift is so that is related to the disturbances creating a Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So that is one of the point, that is the genetic drift. So guys, then after next question, 142, the method is directly injected a sperm into ovum as assisted reproductive technologies, ART. In ART, that is related to reproductive health. Reproductive health. In reproductive health, they are asking. So the method of directly of injection a sperm into ovum is assisted reproductive technologies is guys gamete intrafallopian transfer. So that is a transfer of gametes only, not a sperm. That is related to the who female is uterus is damaged. Guys, damaged. She is unable to produce the ova. She is taken from the ova from the donor. That condition is called as a gamete intrafallopian transfer. So second one is a zygote intrafallopian transfer in IVF technology. In IVF technology, so the zygote up to 8 blastomeres, so it is transfer into the fallopian tubule, that is called as GIFT, zygote intrafallopian transfer. More than 8 blastomeres. So guys, that is called as IUT, intrauterine transfer. They are directly transferred to the uterus. So third option is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So third option is the right option. So embryo transfer they given. So the embryo transfer is two types. One is a GIFT. So one is a GIFT. Second one is a IUT. These two already we are discussed. The right answer is asking question is intracytoplasmic sperm injection in a laboratory. In a laboratory, which means outside of the human body, they directly injected into the sperm directly into the ovum. The right answer is intracytoplasmic sperm injection. Guys, 143 guys. Which of the following is a structure is not a part of, guys, which of the following structure is not a part of male reproductive system? Male reproductive system they given. So in this RENEET test, I think sperm pathway of spermatozoa, it is produced from the seminiferous tubules, released into the lumen of seminiferous tubule, then they enter into RENEET testis. RENEET testis to vasa efferentia to epididymis, epididymis to vas deferences to ejaculated duct to urethra to outside of the penis. But here they given, so RENEET testis, epididymis, vasa efferentia, all these are related to the male reproductive system. But infundibulum is related to the female reproductive system. Female reproductive system. So that's why a related question, which of the following structure is not a part of a male reproductive system? That is related to the infundibulum. Remaining three are related to the human male reproductive system. Last one is related to the human female reproductive system. So next question guys, then after look at the 144. Arrange the following in a descending order. Arrange the following in a descending order. Number of species in Amazon rainforest. Most important, descending order means from high to low. From high number to low number, high to low. So when we are taken as a plants, Amazon rainforest, the number of plants are 40,000. Birds 1,300. Birds are 1,300. Fishes are 3,000. Invertebrates are 1,25,000. And mammals are 427. So they are asking, arrange the following in a descending order of number of species in the Amazon rainforest. Simply we are understand the how we are arranging means how to low. So first one we take the high is the first one. So D is the first one. No? Then after high number, A is the second one. No? Third one is C is the third one. No? Fourth one is the B. And the last one is the mammal is the fifth one. Just check it arrangement. The given kiwi is they given 2, they given. So D is the highest. So D is the highest 1,25,000. A is the next plants 40,000. C is the fishes 3,000. B is the birds 1,300. Last E is the mammals 427. So this is the number of species in Amazon rainforest. So correct answer is 2 guys. That is the arrangement from high to low. So next one, given below are the two statements. Statement 1, ovulation is caused by the LH surge leading to the rupture of Graafian follicle. Statement true only. LH surge means high secretion of luteinizing hormone at the end of follicular phase or proliferative phase. I think that is at the 14th day of the majority of the female, 14th day of the menstrual cycle. That is called as LH surge. Due to LH surge, the Graafian follicle ruptures and release the ovum into body cavity. That is called as ovulation. Guys, a statement true. Graafian follicle is remaining Graafian follicle after the ovulation transform into a yellowish body. Yellowish body is called as a corpus luteum. The corpus luteum we are called as a temporary endocrine gland. Why? Because it is a large amount of progesterone is secreted by the Corpus luteum, little amount of estrogen secreted by the corpus luteum. Large amount is progesterone, low amount is estrogen. But in this statement, they are given as a Graafian follicle remaining after ovulation transform into a corpus luteum, secretes large amount of estrogen they given. That's why this statement is wrong. So the answer they given, statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect. This one is the third option is the correct one related to this question. And one more thing guys, the next question is 146. 146. Which of the following is a primary consumer in a food chain? Generally we know that food chain. I think this one is related to the ecosystem. It is related to the ecosystem. Which of the following are primary consumers in a food chain? They given food chain. Generally we know that the sun, from a sun to producers. Producers are mostly plants. Then after herbivores. Then after carnivores. Then after omnivores. So producer is the first trophic level, herbivore is the second trophic level, carnivore is the third trophic level, omnivore is the top carnivore, fourth trophic level. They are asking primary consumer. This one is producer. The primary consumer is always herbivores in the food chain. Here they given parasites. Parasites are not a, guys, not a primary consumers. And one more thing, predators also not a primary consumers. Carnivores are not a primary consumers. Only herbivores are the primary consumers. That's why suitable answer is this for this question. Third option, that is herbivorous. Again I repeat the same question. Which of the following are primary consumers in a food chain? So that is the herbivorous. This one is the food chain explanation. So then we go to the next question. 147. A population of a diploid organism, diploid means 2n condition, is at Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. If the frequency of allele, if the frequency of they given capital A means we are taken as a P. Why? Because P square plus 2PQ plus Q square is equal to 1. That is the Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So they given capital A frequency, they given that is 0.1. So they are asking capital A, which means P square, simple, 0.1 into 0.1. So that is equal to, guys, 0.01. I think it's a very simple calculation they are asking. So answer is 0.01. Second option is 0.02. Third option is 0.10. Fourth option is 0.99. So we choose this for this question. First option, that is equal to 0.01. This one is given from evolution. The problematic question is from Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. So the question number is 147. So answer is 0.01. So then after, guys, 148. Match the list 1 and match the list 2. So look at the screen. First one is list 1. A, excessive growth hormone. B, luteinizing hormone. C, vasopressin. D, oxytocin. I think vasopressin other name is called as ADH. Oxytocin is a child delivery hormone and milk ejecting hormone. I think you know very well about excessive growth hormone. Look at the board. Excessive growth hormone. If excessive growth hormone is secreted during adult stage, adult, that is called as acromegaly. And luteinizing hormone, I think we are discussed one time. Again, luteinizing hormone is stimulate the ovulation during LH surgery, that is secretes peak level. Then after vasopressin other name is antidiuretic hormone. It acts on the DCT, distal convoluted tubules. It influences the reabsorption of water plus electrolytes in the kidneys. Last one is oxytocin. Oxytocin causes the contraction of the uterus during the childbirth. That's why oxytocin is called as a parturition hormone. And one more thing is a milk ejecting hormone they given. So based on this, second option is the right option. A is 3, so B is 4, C is 1, D is 2. This is the right option for this question, matching. We never lose the matching question. So this one is also related to the chemical coordination and integration. 149. So the opening between the right atrium and right ventricle is guarded by, I think generally we know the human heart have a, the question is given from body fluids and circulation. Human heart have a 4 chambers, right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. The right atria and right ventricle is guarded by tricuspid valve. Left atria and left ventricle is guarded by bicuspid valve. Tricuspid and bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve. So these valves are allow the only one flow of direction, which means blood is flows from atria to ventricles. It prevents the back flow of blood. It prevents the back flow of blood from ventricles to atria. So that's why these are called as a tricuspid and bicuspid valves. Bicuspid valve is other name is called as a mitral valve. Here they are asking the opening between the right atrium and right ventricle is guarded by which valve? First option bicuspid valve, second option tricuspid valve, third option semilunar valves, fourth one is a sinoatrial node. Semilunar valves are located on the base of pulmonary trunk and systemic trunk. So the right answer is for related this question is tricuspid valve. That is 149 question.
I am Jyoti, children. I am from Sarat Chandra, handling zoology here. We will discuss the bits from where sir has been left. No? So we will go into the bit number 150. See the question, sponges exchange oxygen with an carbon dioxide by the gave. As we know, sponges comes under which phylum, in the sense what will be our answer there? It is the one who used to come under the phylum called as an porifera, isn't it? This is the primitive phylum where the multicellular, even though it has multicellular, the cells remains as an cells itself. In this primitive organisms, what is the exchange of gases, how it used to take place in the sense? They gave 4 options here. First one is a simple diffusion over the entire body surface they gave. See, when we discuss about the diagram, why they gave the term porifera in the sense, on the organism body it has an pores on the sides which is called as an porifera. What is the name of these pores called as an? The name of these pores are called as an ostia, and this is the one which is called as an osculum. The canal, whatever present at the center, this canal it is called as an spongocele. So the water enters through this ostia, it will be circulated, it will be emitted out through an osculum we used to call. No? Simple question, how come it used to exchange gases? In the sense our answer, it doesn't have cuticle and all. Tracheal tubes is the one which can be seen in an arthropods and all. Gills is the one which can be seen in an higher organisms, fishes and all we can see. So what is the best answer in the sense? Simple diffusion over the entire body surface. Being as a primitive organism, exchange of gases takes place how in the sense? Through an entire body surface. So the correct option will be acting as an first option, my dear. We will move to the next question. Now, muscle contraction is initiated by a signal sent by the central nervous system by the release of which chemical they give. So central nervous system is the one who carries all the impulses, whatever activities have to take place in our body. So this is the one what I have drawn is an muscle. Muscle plasma membrane is called as an sarcolemma. The one who carries the impulse from the brain to the muscle, the name of the neuron is a motor neuron. Whatever neuron, what I have mentioned here, it is a motor neuron. As we know, neuron, if I am going to draw the neuron structure, the neuron ends with an bulb-like structure which is called as an axon end bulb. Axon end bulb has been filled with an vesicles which is called as an synaptic vesicle. Synaptic vesicles are loaded with a neurotransmitter. neurotransmitter. I am using the term transmitter there. It used to transmit the impulse from one neuron to other neuron, or else it used to transmit the impulse from an neuron to a muscle. Here we are talking about a neuromuscular junction we are talking. That means from neuron to a muscle. So whatever it may be, this neuromuscular junction, what is the chemical which used to transmit the impulse from neuron to muscle? Means, as I told you, these synaptic vesicles are loaded with a neurotransmitter. The name of the neurotransmitter, whatever present in these synaptic vesicles, are called as an acetylcholine. So which option talks more out of these four options? In the sense, acetylcholine is the one. We'll move to the next bit. Which of the following statements about the reabsorption process in Henel's loop are correct? So nephron has how many parts, my dears? Nephrons will be having the first part of the nephron is an Bowman's capsule, followed with an PCT, followed with an Henel's loop, and continues to form an DCT, ends with an collecting duct, isn't it? So if I am going to draw something here, this is the structure which is called as an PCT, and this is an descending limb of Henel's loop, and this is an ascending limb of an Henel's loop. So if I am going to talk, they are talking something about an Henel's loop. No need to go with an Bowman's capsule, or no need to go with an other parts like PCT, DCT and all. Let us see this thing. They gave the first option as an, the first thing as an, the descending limb of Henel's loop is permeable to water but almost impermeable to an electrolytes. Direct NCRT line, my dears. So this is permeable to whom? In the sense, what will be our answer there? It is permeable to an water. It is impermeable to an electrolytes. So this is the one, urine gets concentrated in an Henel's loop due to this thing, permeable to water. Descending limb is permeable to water, ascending limb is permeable to an electrolytes. It is the one who is responsible to maintain an concentrated urine, we used to call. If so urine gets concentrated in an Henel's loop, that will be acting as an right statement there. Reabsorption of sodium and water takes place in Henel's loop, they gave. No reabsorption takes place in an Henel's loop. A maximum reabsorption takes place in PCT. To some extent reabsorption takes place in an DCT. We can't go with this option. This is a wrong option, whatever they have given here. Active or passive transport of electrolytes occurs in an ascending limb of an Henel's loop, obviously. So whatever electrolytes which used to come out from the ascending limb of an Henel's loop, it will be transported either actively or else by an passively. This will be acting as an correct statement. So what will be our right answer there? The fourth option will be acting as an correct answer. Isn't it, my dears? So we will go into the next question now. See, which of the following is the correct order of arrangement of vertebral column from the head to toe? They gave locomotion and movement. All questions are from NCRT. Not even a single question they moved out of non-NCRT. Some 2 questions they gave something related to Hardy-Weinberg's equilibrium calculated questions they gave. Apart from that, easy paper. So, vertebral column from the head to toe they gave. If I am going to talk about, if this is the thing, this is an cervical region, this is an thoracic region, this is an lumbar region, sacrum as well as an coccyx. No. So, if I am going to talk as I have written here, C represents an cervical, T represents an thoracic, L represents an lumbar, S represents an sacrum, C represents an coccyx. What is the question what they gave? Is an correct order of arrangement they gave. What is the correct order? See here they gave cervical vertebrae, thoracic vertebrae, and then they jumped with an sacrum and then they gave an lumbar. First option will not come there. We will move to the second question. Sacrum they gave. Where I have written sacrum? Sacrum is an tail part we can see. That will not be acting as an correct option there. Third option see cervical vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae and then thoracic they gave. Cervical vertebrae is an neck vertebrae, lumbar vertebrae is an hip vertebrae. So third option doesn't talk there. What is the option? What is option in the sense? Obviously fourth option. Cervical vertebrae followed with an thoracic vertebrae followed by a lumbar vertebrae and with an sacrum. What is the correct option in the sense? Again our answer will be as a fourth option. If we move to the next question, which of the following is not evidence for an evolution they gave? So, how many evidences are there? Paleontological evidence, you would have been gone with embryological evidence, you would have been gone with morphological and anatomical evidence, you would have been gone with biochemical evidence, you would have been gone with, no. So, see the first thing, they gave here the question, not evidence they gave, it is not an evidence. Convergent evolution of trait like wings of birds and butterflies they gave. Convergent evolution. Convergent evolution shows homologous organ or analogous organ, in the sense our answer will be as it is an analogous organ. Analogous organ shows what type of evolution, means our answer will be as an convergent evolution. So you would have been read their examples. One of the example, even though its internal structure is different, its function wise it is same. One of the first example in your NCERT, what you read is an wings of butterflies as well as an birds. Butterfly comes under which phylum, in the sense our answer will be as an arthropoda. Birds is the one which comes under vertebrata, under an aves and all, two different categories. Even though its anatomical structure, wings anatomical structure is different, both will be doing the same function which is useful for an flying, isn't it? So it is a best example. It is the proof for an convergent evolution we used to call. First option, whatever they gave, is an correct. Second one, see, paleontological evidence from fossil records they gave. What is paleontology? The study of fossil, dead remains of an organism which gets deposited in an sediments of the rocks. It is called as an paleontology. Paleontological evidence talks there, fossil records, with the help of fossil records they will be going with the thing. So second option is also a correct thing. See the third one, embryological support for evolution was proposed by, they gave the term, who has been proposed by? It has been proposed by Ernst Haeckel, they gave. They didn't give the proof, they didn't give the evidence there. They gave who proposed that theory. So let us keep this one in our thing. Divergent evolution of anatomical structures such as an four limbs they gave. Divergent evolution. Divergent evolution shows what type of organs, my dears, in the sense immediately our answer will be as an homologous organ, isn't it? So here homologous organ shows what type of evolution, means divergent evolution. Anatomically the structure will be similar, but functionally the structure will be varying. So out of these four options, which one is not the evidence they gave? Which is not the evidence? Third one is not an evidence. Why third one is not an evidence? It was given by, it was proposed by Ernst Haeckel. They didn't give any example, they didn't explain that one. They gave the statement who has been proposed there. So our option will be acting as a third option there. Okay, my dears. See the next question, number 160. Given below are two statements. Modern Homo sapiens arose in Australia and moved across continent. Previous question what we have seen is from an evolution, and even question number 160 is also from an evolution. Continuous direct NCERT lines what they gave here. Modern Homo sapiens arose in Australia they gave. Check the line. If you check the line in your NCERT, do it has been arose in Australia or else do it has been arose in Africa, in the sense it is the one who has been arose in an Africa. So here statement 1 will be acting as a false statement. Statement 2, check it once. Homo sapiens arose around 75,000 to 1 lakh years ago they gave. That is a true statement. The time period when they have been arose, in the sense between 75,000 to 1 lakh years ago. So what is the thing? Statement 1 is incorrect and statement 2 is a correct statement. Direct NCERT line this is. Let us go with the next question. Question number 161. Consider a population of 10 million cells. Okay. Given the per capita birth rate of so and so per unit time, and the per capita death rate will be 0.002 per unit time. The expected number of cells after 10 generations they gave. So let us talk about per capita birth rate is at 0.002 they gave. It is represented with B. B is equals to what is the thing what they gave is at 0.002. And what is the death rate per capita they gave is an again the same thing. D represents what? D is the one it is represented for an death rate. What is the rate in the sense they gave as an 0.002. What is the formula what we have to apply there? R is equals to B minus D. If you apply R is equals to B minus D, what we used to get? Minus 0.002. What will be the answer in the sense? 0. Irrespective to the number of generations, what will be the thing in the sense, because B minus D it is an 0, nothing is there, no growth as well as no growth can be expected. So the expected number of cells after 10 generations will be at the time of initial period what they gave, even after 10 generations also it will be same. Why it will be same? Because birth rate matches with an death rate. No. So, irrespective of the number of generations, our answer will be as an 10 million. Even if they give us 15 generations also, our answer will be as an 10 million cells only. No. So, correct answer there is a third one. We will go with the next one, 163. So, the logistic growth model. Growth models, how many types of growth models do we have? Two types. No? One is exponential growth model and another one is a logistic growth model. This is the one they took from there. The same thing, organism and population. That bit is from organism and population. Even bit number 163 is also from organism and population only. See, assertion they gave, the logistic growth model of population is considered more realistic than an exponential growth model they gave. Obviously, yes. Now, as we know, when you read this thing, you will be going with the resources are limited. Resources are limited, okay, carrying capacity. Resources are limited. When resources are limited, what type of growth model we can expect? In the sense, logistic growth model we can. No. So, logistic growth model of population is considered as more realistic than an exponential growth model. True statement, whatever they gave. What is the shape of the exponential growth model means immediately our answer will be as an it is an J-shaped structure. And what is the shape of logistic growth model means our answer will be as an sigmoid shape. Now, this is the one who represents an logistic growth model and this is the one who represents an exponential growth model. Am I right, my dears? So, who is most realistic in the sense? Logistic is the one who is more realistic one. The statement, whatever they gave in assertion, the assertion line will are true. Resources are finite, they give. What is the meaning for finite? Resources are limited. When resources are limited, what type of growth model we can see in the sense? Logistic growth model. Reason explains the assertion. Both A and R is the correct and R explains an A. The thing. No? We will move to the next bit. Again, they went to an evolution bit. 164 is from an evolution. Adaptive radiation in placental mammals and Australian mammals leading to similarity between distant species is an example for. If you are going to talk about in one particular geographical area, if you are going to talk about one particular set of organism, what type of evolution it shows in a sense? Divergent. In one particular geographical area, if you are going to compare the two different branches, then what type of evolution it shows in a sense? It shows an convergent evolution. Best example for convergent evolution in case of an adaptive radiation is an Australian mammals as well as an placental mammals will be acting there. Which of the following is an secondary lymphoid organ? This is the bit from a human health and disease. Now, if I am going to talk about this thing, what and all will be acting as a primary lymphoid organ in the sense, what and all, one is bone marrow and other one is a thymus. These two will be acting as a primary lymphoid organ. So, bone marrow comes under primary lymphoid organ, thymus comes under a primary lymphoid organ. The question is, which of the following are secondary lymphoid organ they give? Then what is tonsil is a secondary lymphoid organ, spleen is a secondary lymphoid organ. While reading NCERT, you would have been read like Peyer's patches, whatever present in a small intestine. Vermiform appendix is the one who is responsible, who is the one of acts as a secondary lymphoid organ, along with tonsils and spleen. Here they gave tonsil and spleen. Our answer will be as an B and C. What is the thing? Correct answer is an second option talks there. No? We will move to the next question, 166. Which of the following hormone is not secreted by placenta? They gave. Placenta is the one who is the connecting link between a mother and fetus, or else it is the one. What is placenta means? Immediately what we will be thinking, it is the bit which came from a human reproduction. Placenta is a structural and functional unit. Structural and functional unit of whom means what will be our answer there? It is a structural and functional unit of, or else it is a structural and functional unit between mother and fetus. So, we will go into an, it is a structural unit between, structural and functional unit between mother and fetus. Placenta. Placenta secretes a list of hormones would have been gone with like HCG, HPL, human prolactin, human chorionic gonadotropin, estrogen, progesterone. These and all the hormones secreted by an placenta. Then what is the hormone which is not secreted by placenta is an LH. What is LH there? What does LH represents there? LH is the one called as an luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is responsible for what in the sense? It is the one who is responsible for an ovulation. Luteinizing hormone is secreted from which part of the endocrine system? It is the one who is produced or secreted by anterior lobe of an pituitary gland. Anterior lobe of pituitary gland is otherwise called as an adenohypophysis. No. So what is our answer there? In the sense, which one is odd one out there? LH is an odd one out there. Let us go into that. Next question, bit number 170. See, again they gave. Again from evolution we got the bit. Assertion, forelimbs of human and bat are homologous they gave. Obviously, just now we have seen in one of the bit, the divergent, convergent evolution we have discussed. Homologous. Homologous represents the same internal structure. Shows what type of evolution means? It shows a divergent evolution. They gave forelimbs of human and bats are homologous they gave. What they gave? They gave human. Human comes under mammals. They gave an bat. Bat is a flying mammal actually. Both forelimbs, internal structure, anatomical structure, if we are going to talk, its anatomical structure is similar. No? The upper arm, this arm, the bone, whatever present here, it is called as an humerus, radius, ulna, carpal, metacarpal, and phalanges. All these bones are similar, same in human as well as in bat. So only they use the term called as an homologous organ they gave. Homologous organ shows what type of evolution means divergent evolution. What is divergent evolution? Humans will be using the forelimbs to do different activities, isn't it? Day-to-day activities to fulfill their day-to-day activities. Bats will be using the forelimbs for what? In the sense it will be using for an flying purpose. Two different functions. Forelimbs of human and bat are homologous. It is homologous. Both will be having the same structure. Humerus, radius, ulna, carpal, metacarpal as well as an phalanges. That is true statement. Reason they gave, forelimbs of human and bat have similar anatomical structure they gave. They gave explanation. They said here homologous and they said explanation like why it is called as an homologous. Why it is called homologous? Because it has a similar anatomical structure it has. As I told you, both internal structure, anatomical structure, it has humerus, radius, ulna, carpal, metacarpal as well as an phalanges. So what will be the answer in the sense? Both are true and R is the correct explanation for an A. No, my dears. So let us move into one next bit. Colostrum secreted by mother during initial days of lactation is abundant in, as we know, colostrum is the bit is from an reproductive system. Again, the last paragraph will be going with colostrum is the one who is, even doctors used to say the mothers, feeding mothers to feed their children with an infants with an mother's milk because it is rich with an immunoglobulins. So, what is the immunoglobulin? What we can see more in an mother's milk in the sense colostrum, in the sense the first initial days whatever milk secreted by mother, it is called as an colostrum. It is rich with an IgA, immunoglobulin A. Let us move into one next bit. 172. Again the bit is from organism and population. Abingdon tortoise in Galapagos Island became extinct within a decade after goats were introduced. NCRT as such they came. Yes. Abingdon tortoise is a slow feeder, whereas goat is a fast feeder. When goats has been introduced, what happened to Abingdon tortoise in the sense it became extinct. Goats were more efficient at browsing. As I said, it is a very good, easily, fastly it used to browse. It used to enjoy the food, whatever it is there. And then when compared with whom, in the sense when compared with an Abingdon tortoise. So, A is an NCRT line. Both are true and R is the correct explanation for an A. Let's go with the next one. The covering of ovum at an ovulation is. You would have been read in an structure while doing with oogenesis and all. If the oogonia and all would have been gone with the primary oocyte, if it has been surrounded with a single layer of cells called as a primary follicle, many layers of cells, granulosa cells is called as a secondary follicle, terms and all would have been gone with Graafian follicle. What is Graafian follicle means? Matured follicle is called as an Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle is the one, what is Graafian follicle in the sense it contains so many layers of granulosa cells along with an theca layer will be there, and along with the theca layer it contains an theca layer is divided into theca externa as well as an theca interna. At the covering of ovum, at the time of ovulation they gave. So at the time of ovulation, if this is the ovum, if this is the secondary oocyte, whatever dot I have given there, it is a secondary oocyte. At the time of ovulation, this secondary oocyte is surrounded with an additional layer. The name of this additional layer, apart from theca layer, let it be as a secondary oocyte. Apart from theca layers, how many are there? Theca externa as well as theca interna. Apart from granulosa cells, apart from these layers, what is the new layer what has been formed at the time of ovulation? Means our answer will be as an zona pellucida. So this one represents an secondary oocyte, and this is the one layer whatever surrounded to the secondary oocyte or ovum, it is called as an zona pellucida we used to call. The next one, see again they gave from an organism and population. Both species are harmed. If both species are harmed, what is the, when we have to call when both species are harmed, in the sense it is an competition. Competition, both species will be harmed. One species is harmed and other one is an benefited. Who is the one? One is harmed and other one is benefited is obviously predators. Both species are benefited. Mutualism, symbiotic association. Both species are benefited, it is an mutualism. One is benefited while other one has no effect actually, neither nor, it will be acting as a neutral, then what it is in a sense, it is an commensalism. No. So A3, B1, C2, D4. All these. If you are moving to the next bit, 177, drug and alcohol abuse. This is the bit from an human health and disease. Who will be acting as an effective sedative and painkiller for treating post-surgery patients? So again, NCRT line, doctors used to prescribe few drugs for the patient to cope up with. The morphine will be, morphine is an analgesic drug. Morphine is an sedative drug, and morphine is the one which acts as an painkiller. So morphine is extracted from opioids. Now diacetylation of morphine would have been gone with there. Which of the following statements are correct? Say they gave some bit from an ecosystem, they gave energy will be always flows from an producers to an consumers. If I am going to draw the pyramid, the base will be acting as an producers and primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. No? Energy flow from producer to consumer always unidirectional. Yes, obviously, always it flows from base trophic level to an upper trophic level. Always it is an unidirectional only. That is a true statement, whatever they gave. Energy pyramids will never be inverted. Obviously, why? If you take now, how much of energy will pass from producer to primary consumer means 10%. 10% law we have to follow. So 10% moves from the lower trophic level to an upper trophic level. So that on the basis of this, energy pyramid will never be inverted. Transfer of energy follows the 1% law they gave. Actually, how much percent I gave here? 10%. Energy transfers from base trophic level to upper trophic level. How much percentage will be transporting, in the sense how much energy will be transferred to the upper trophic level, means our answer will be as an 10%. Here they gave as an 1% here. This statement will be acting as a wrong statement there. What they gave? Find out an correct statement. A and B is correct. So second option talks there. No? Which of the following statement is correct about an plasmodium? It is from an human health and disease. Na? Plasmodium is the one which is the one who is responsible to cause the disease called as an malaria. Malaria is caused by an plasmodium. It would have been caused with Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, terms and all, isn't it? So malaria needs how many hosts, in the sense 2 hosts. So it is an digenetic parasite. It needs an 2 hosts, hence we used to call it as an digenetic parasite. What is a digenetic parasite? One will be acting as an mosquito and other one will be acting as an man. Man or human. What is the name of the mosquito? And particularly the name of the mosquito is called as an Anopheles mosquito, is the one who is responsible. In mosquito's body, what type of reproduction takes place, in the sense? In mosquito's body, sexual reproduction takes place. So in human's body, what type of reproduction takes place, in the sense? Asexual reproduction takes place. So mosquito body, the type of reproduction is an sexual, of an plasmodium. In humans, the type of reproduction is an asexual. In human also, particularly in which organ it will go, in the sense it will go directly, it will reside in the liver, and from the liver it used to come out and it will enter into an RBC. See there, the first option, reproduces sexually in liver cell they gave. sexually they gave. Actually what I said, it reproduces in human asexually. This statement will be acting as a wrong statement there. Second, the reproduces sexually in RBC. Again, they use the term sexually. RBC is what type of reproduction in the sense? Asexual reproduction. Second option is also wrong option there. Gametocytes develop in mosquito gut they gave. Gametocytes is not developed in mosquito gut. Actually, gametocytes developed where in the sense it is developed in a human body. When it enters into the mosquito's body, it will enter in the form of an gametes. So, we can't go with this option. Fourth option, fertilization takes place in a mosquito gut. This is a true statement. Once fertilization occurs, what is the larval, what is the infective stage, what is formed there in the sense? Sporozoites are formed. Sporozoites are formed. Sporozoite is an infective stage of an malaria we used to call.